Now, Pentecost omo penny bako Opoku Onyinah or a Pentecost former day.
The former chairman.
Former chairman. Now, funny enough, we all knew say recently Mahama met the clergy, basically pastors near the area who came together. And one person, Reverend Prophet Dr. Opoku Onyinah.
But onye prophet.
Onye prophet.
Apostle Doctor.
Apostle Dr. Opoku Onyinah. And or a former chairman of the Pentecost Church of Ghana. Now, in some of the Ababe Tujano, it's a bit piercing, a direct response to Rev Owusu Bempah. Now, this guy, once upon a time, he was being considered as the running mate for Bawumia. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yes. Was it?
Allegedly.
No. Allegedly. Oh, but Onagasi Bisan or say he doesn't mind if he's chosen.
Exactly.
But then recently, Mahama meeting clergy, in opposition sense, in the normal fashion opposition sense, I pay Eddie Simbia Babe Tuja. Opoku Onyinah will who say, Niema Boni Kosu Kro, who corruption, who embezzlement of funds, who face the galamsey, who Niema Kosu Enye, or who say Mahama meeting clergy nedia, or the bare 3 pages of warning Abemagana for and pastors are gracie the occasion of Mahama's meets the clergy. And the man forecast said this is in direct response, especially with one person, because pastors say who are mono Mahama goes to their church more time. But one person who shall a tickle Opoku Onyinah, Reverend Owusu Bempah. Now you come in, but then or the same Bibrababe Tuja, and then Owusu Bempah so I reply, but just give us a little brief. Reverend Opoku Onyinah and Apostle Opoku Onyinah or the Tuja.
Okay, and some go no, send one case watch simple. Apostle Dr. Opoku Onyinah Edna do the same Tuja is say who say enkophobia amwe nyame difo nyame asofo a omo kodium ha do election year. Won etimi ede won sesi won boka say we party A be wini party B be wini efese nyankopon ya trem no eno na Apostle Dr. Opoku Onyinah chiri mu say e ban of political nsense dey a e ka me correct say anka sofo ni jai mane kai a anka be boa esan say e ba na sa na akoye te say party kura wo asofo kuro no wo be wadwen say nipo hu say nyame aka kire wo say omo be wini no omo dom ho abebo ho and it's just like that. Obi a who say we in favor of the onubia no nipa no power some naturally enti se sofu A ebehye kom say MPP be wini na sofu B ahye kom say NDC be wini automatically MPP be cause of A ho na NDC cause of B ho enti eno no enim guase na sebe e de brass of Juma.
But you see, this guy obviously he's been paid by his puppet masters, the Bawumia and co, the MPP and co. Now listen to this. He posted this on social media. As you can see, he posted a long list of things. If you can help us to read it.
Opoku Onyinah, the National Peace Council of Ghana recently organized a forum in Accra for prophets, aimed at helping them in handling their prophetic messages responsibly to avoid inciting unrest in the upcoming election. I had a privilege of serving as the facilitator. During our discussions, one prophet raised the concern that politicians in Ghana often show little respect for pastors and prophets, despite seeking their support during the election years. In response, I pointed out that in many cases, it is we, the pastors and prophets, who may contribute to this lack of respect. For example, it is not uncommon for one pastor to prophesy that a candidate from one party will win, while another pastor claims the victory of an opposing candidate. This kind of contradiction brings disrepute to the name of God and creates confusion. Moreover, such prophecies have the potential to incite unrest in the country. Therefore, it is appropriate to keep these prophecies private rather than making them public and fueling instability. Unfortunately, not all prophets attended the meeting, and these problematic prophecies have become too all common in our country. Currently, we see 2 major streams of prophecy, one predicting that MPP flag bearer will win, and the other foretelling the victory of the NDC flag bearer. When politicians hear prophecies in their favor, they often align themselves to the flag bearer, to the prophet, celebrating favorable predictions. It is natural for people to gravitate towards good news about themselves. Even in the Bible, we see examples of individuals who acted to fulfill their prophecies that favored them, such as Jehu and Hazael. Example, 2 Kings chapter 8, 2 Kings chapter 8, 2 Kings 8 to 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Conversely, those who receive unfavorable messages like Zechariah and Micaiah and Jeremiah were sometimes mistreated or killed. Example, 2 Kings 21 to 40. And Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 7 to 9 and then to 20. 2 Chronicles 24, 20 down to 22. But is this trend helpful? That's a question. Does it promote national development, or are we simply causing harm? When two divergent prophecies are given, one is bound to fail. And in the current climate, this creates division and instability. What will happen to our nation after the election if this continues? Will we not face confusion and disgrace? Why should the men of God place the nation in such a precarious position? While damage has already been done, I believe it is not beyond remedy. I appeal to my fellow pastors and prophets. Let us refrain from delivering this divisive public prophecies. I also urge political flag bearers and politicians not to cling to these predictions, but to continue their campaigns with integrity, trusting that God's will for their lives will unfold in His time. Finally, I encourage all Ghanaians not to rely on prophecies when casting their votes. Instead, vote for the candidate you believe can lead Ghana effectively in these times. May the Lord bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation greatest.
And isn't it so much shocking? Say we nya time bia any correct time bia anka same way, except during the time at equals. Now Opoku Onyinah could have says, okay, why did in the message now Opoku Onyinah anka said face the galamsey, you know, they should release the protesters.
I think they went for a meeting, and so he brought what they went. What happened to the
We
meeting?
don't need him to bring what he wants for the meeting. Niema cause galamsey no say etna na coverage adam. Do you know what is really happening? Galamsey first so can be say and fire. I don't back. Didn't this guy see it? Time and na Bawumia a meeting. Bawumia recently met the clergy. Honestly, a bonfire man, are you aware? Akufo-Addo have invited the clergy to the Jubilee House more than 10 times since he assumed power. He even went as far to make some of them the board chair of the collapsed and stupid National Cathedral and other big swimming pool that way. Opoku Onyinah nyansa anka sansem no.
Hey, he's a man of God.
What I say? Opoku Onyinah we nyansa anka sansem. That is the big question we are asking here. And now he's out here telling us, say, when we say, oh, prophet, akupiem, Mahama and one particular person, Owusu Bempah, hey, nekokwa pai. This is pure evil. This is pure fashion sense. Masa ekuti enimira. Muna mukam se ekuti ani ona. Ekuti enimira onim. Masa a game. And this guy is being paid by his puppet masters. This guy is being paid by the MPP. This guy, okay, pure propaganda. He's doing pure propaganda to favor one political party ahead of the 2024 elections.
No, I don't think so.
In any serious country, or this guy will be behind bars.
Really? I don't think so.
They will bring him out. They will bring him out and question him. Say, I think now, who as a Pentecost chairman, no, you are involving yourself. Pentecost, no, and you're one of these Orthodox one-man churches. And yeah, sorry, I see what me son in the 90s, no, now me call a Pentecost church. And what Dakuman Central. Pentecost are not for politics. Even if you support a political party, you have to be neutral. Bawumia could be clergy. We were here. Bawumia met the clergy. Why didn't Opoku Onyinah come out and talk?
It has no meeting, no.
One meeting. You see, what is good for the goose is good for the Ganges. This guy, when news was all over, said one person I consider as the running mate for Bawumia. When Timan buy out Bekasa say I don't want it. We heard from some reporters say he has no your friend is saying he doesn't have any problem if he's chosen.
Because we are unleashed to process.
But when we say akoya Bawumia ni de ne ho hyehye no akoya Mahama de ne ho hyehye no.
Why do I feel like you are attacking
greediness.
Oh,
greediness and in pure propaganda fashion style no. Hwe de odiaba. Attack. Evil. Pure election interference. Opoku Onyinah should be shameful of his actions.
I don't think so.
The once revered, respectful Opoku Onyinah has brought himself to shame.
He's just trying to say that say obe can some na other colleague pastor so be can some for now about contradictions.
My question here is this:
obi anko peacefully onko to aba emo party A party B party kwa nipa kwa no say obe to aba ma no. Is that the wrong thing? Where somebody be no kan say mo ankasa asasofo no mo nkodi mo ho fewo e wo Ghana fo nim na fe unim pa say first no na ehunu stura ye wo say odo ni that kind of courage ni ade ana that kind of demure attitude that was covering that pastoral name because will be yourself or dog pepper separately nipa no say that thing is not there because will be yourself wo kran ko na say wo ka bi so for na eden we so for the omo ye
kran aba ye no ye 2 million ani atresi we don't just talk.
Okay.
Bawumia on the website, the campaign website your friend no Bawumia for president and bawumia.com. Okay. Yeah, we better 2 screens no so. Now, this is going to say something. Bawumia recently met clergy. Okay? Bawumia onukra clergy nupo there. Aside from meeting them, he goes to their churches. Okwa sorry ni bi. Kremoni okwa sorry. I don't have any issue with that, but a vote in Tiana Oko. Now, I want you to look at this very carefully because when I'm say namoye wenye propaganda. So na me catch no idea and for a particular person in we. Now listen to this. Yeah, there are 2 screens no so. Or say Vice President Bawumia meets religious leaders in Greater Accra. One of those people, I want to get the picture, should be Opoku Onyinah himself. Should be Opoku Onyinah himself. Now, the Ghanaian Chronicles, okay? The Ghanaian Chronicles, the article be tuja ebra Bawumia emiti your friend is saying religious leaders no. Or see religious tolerance is Ghana's trump card. Bawumia tells clergy. Bawumia clergy meeting he meets them in Greater Accra. Every region you meet you omo. Inti Bawumia meet clergy all this while. Ye hunyansa ankase eno de enye. You see, let's look at the timing of this particular message. Opoku Onyinah ediaba out. Isn't it weird? Isn't it concerning? Isn't it concerning? That is what I'm saying. So Opoku Onyinah, he's showing his party colors.
Oh, maybe.
Pure MPP,
I don't
pure MPP man.
He's just being a neutral man of God. He's just being a neutral apostle.
Is it because honestly you're inviting the Binanoko Paya na?
He inviting Uncle Hey.
You're inviting he was not part.
He was not part of the
Mahama, was he part?
Maybe he was busy.
Busy for what? Busy for what?
Nana,
they're inviting he wouldn't have brought this particular thing.
I don't see a big deal here because I'm taking it from a perspective where Obi Reshem kom A, no be Reshem kom B, na confusion. The any more be and Shem.
It's Owusu Bempah Shem come in 2016 say Akufo-Addo be win election, Akufo-Addo win election, and Opoku Onyinah we hunyansa ma mbeka. Time and MP before we're considering Opoku Onyinah.
And do my prophets no harm.
Yo yate.
Yeah.
Yate why? But Opoku Onyinah we see you. And tell na catch on mu pra mu mpe Nyankopon dia wakam 2020 na bebem. If it's God's will that Mahama wins, he win.
Exactly.
If it is God's will that Mahama will win, he win. And a God's will put the back.
Yeah.
God's will is one. Nyankopon or kasaba. It's Nyankopon the way say why gine hene da. Exactly.
So
exactly. So it's sad. Say adi we eba.
Me no say Rev Owusu Bempah. Ebejaman who said this is what is
happening. Oh, miniaba. Oh, yesi ekuti ebi enim nira.
Pasho we dey na ekuti antini kwan say
ekuti ebi enim nira. And people are questioning because in some neighbors asking myself Pentecost pa na ISA you know.
Anybody wa kon have can say
1996, 1997, 98 ni me kwa sorry. E wo Pentecost. Dakuma Central. So what order?
Yeah.
Acho. So I time na so minim say still na that so washroom ni we chiro say we remove from this side. Now washroom. Ache 90s mu ho. 90s mu ho. 90s emu ho. The Pentecost church was neutral. And then the
it is still neutral. He just said something on
MP before you move.
Hey!
MP before a party move.
The church is a church of God, and then any panel. Okay,
but it was him who said the will of God needs to be done. What is the purpose of the church itself? That is the big question. I was saying, what I say, and it's so sad. Said these things are even happening in the first place. And can we and we see. These are things that Uncle will say, see. But it's so sad. You say Rev Opoku Onyinah wabeka nsem and a Ghana force the ekoso nyina. People are really concerned. Say, hey, there na ekoso. But therefore, you can also leave your comments. And what you think. Do you think since Rev Opoku Onyinah what he said, no? Is it just a mere coincidence? And I say,
it's just something he said. He just said it. Because he just went to the meeting and went to
Opoku Onyinah 2 pages say that
and decided to let us know. Says and I said yes of
let us know what
Obi cry so Obi akwa can say says yes of any my form. I don't remember the person. I want to recall which prophet was or which prophet said that. Because as of and I say any my have to because of instance and this is true. Says I shouldn't go as of because of that in a so I think that he's just giving his, even though we can also take it from the fact that as I was supporting jokes about me and I say be a commissioner by any but we are Pentecost near Pentecost na kasa krano. Pentecost has a whole church, aside believing in the Bible and everything, yeah, we believe in commission, okay, and to Obisha and Koma, we believe in it. That's how come Obeko Pentecost, and then we are doing worship and somebody can just, the Holy Spirit can just take over. It is okay. Or better in come shady, but he's just talking from the perspective where as a GDN Obuono is going down drastically into your paecho if they could find ways to weigh it. And then he just came from a just ended meeting and he was a facilitator in the meeting trying to just, give us a minute or maybe minutes of what happened in the meeting. That is all.
It's minutes, I propaganda.
I can't propaganda. Fan of from a propaganda. What do I do? Propaganda. So, but me name say I'm being biased or anything, but from the thing I've read,
for one thing, people will not do. I'm not gay, yes, because or Pentecost.
Oh, really?
No, the question is, do you go to Pentecost or not?
Oh, I am a full-time unleashed to possess my nation. You
go to Pentecost church, right? Yes, it's all defending the payment.
I'm just trying to say that when you're defending anything, I'm trying to say that.
So if somebody will be asking, say, the lady is no. Pentecost are sorry, and the Oko. It will defend the paymasters. So unfortunately, there will be a Ghana edu no, which is very, very, very sad. This is the country, the state of the country.